Hey guys, it is Jonah and I am back with another video. Today I will be talking to you guys about my top 7 predictions for American Idol and who I feel like was going to make the top 7 versus who I want to, because it's two different things. And just who I think could surprisingly make it, and just popularity, people, and then like just future shows down the road and how this next show is gonna look, and so much more. So before I get into this video, please subscribe down below if you like what you see in here. I would really appreciate it, and please like this video for more American Idol content. So yeah. So I'm gonna go one by one and say which 7 I think are gonna make it, which 7 I have a feeling are gonna make it, and then I'm gonna go and say like who I feel like I would rather have in over somebody else, or maybe multiple people. We'll see what happens. But yeah. So the first spot in my top 7 is gonna go to Johnny West. So I am a huge fan of Johnny West. I love the humbleness I love his like how humble he is. He literally just looks like he just rolls out of bed, sits down on the couch, plays the piano, and just sings a song, and then just sleeps again. It's hilarious, like how of a natural he is. Like it's to me, it seems like he's not trying, which in a way that actually could be a bad thing, because people don't think that you're doing anything outside your comfort zone if they don't think you're trying. But in my opinion, Johnny just kills anything he sings, and I think if he's allowed to start singing original music, that's when he's gonna take over the show, because his original music is so good, and once he starts singing that on this show, that's when I think he'll rise into the finale. But for now, I think he is a middle contender. But me personally, I think he should be in the finale. But from popularity wise, I think he's in definitely the middle between like the 5 and 8 spots for popularity wise. But I love his range, the versatility. His higher range is just killer, and like I love how humble he is. So yeah, that's why I have him in my top 7. And he just kills any song he sings, and he makes it his own. He's intelligent. Like he sung "What a Wonderful World" and "Faithfully," and he changed up both of those songs in a way to fit his own voice and to make it his own and make it feel like it's his own song. Like "What a Wonderful World." If you were just hearing that song for the first time with him singing it, you would think it was his own song, which just by the way he changed it up so much from the original. But yeah. So my next spot is going to go to Julia Gargano. She's been one of my favorite people all season long. I thought she was going to be in the finale from the moment I heard her audition. And she's very underrated in my opinion. Like she keeps surprising people. And like I loved her version of Human in the top 20, but it didn't get a lot of credit compared to other people. So I was so glad she moved on to the top 11. I feel like she had one of the best performances of the night in the top 11. New York, she sang New York State of Mind, and she absolutely killed it. I loved her version. I love her tone, the emotion she puts into it, and she's very unique, and she's mature sounding for her age. And she's a star. She is a star, and I really hope I see her in the finale, because I think she deserves it, and I can't wait to see what she sings. I guess tonight, really at this point it's tonight, but yeah, what she sings on this next episode. So yeah. So my third spot is gonna go to Arthur Gunn. He is the fan favorite this season. He is what everybody loves. He gets the most views on YouTube. He is his video, my reaction video to him in the top 20 got the most views by far of any other one to my video so far. I would encourage you guys to go check that out if you haven't yet. And I love how unique he is. He doesn't know how good he is. Like he's humble, and he changes up songs to fit his own voice. Like he sung a reggae style country song of "Take Me Home, Country Roads." He made it so reggae that it was just like he changed it into like a more dancey song I think it was more like a party song in my opinion. Like it literally has the word country in it. Yet like right when you hear the music start, you're like, oh my gosh! Before you even hear him sing, he just changed up the song to reggae, and I knew it was gonna be great from it before I even heard him sing. And he kills it every single time he performed. I love his voice, and I can't wait to see what he does with a Disney song. On this next episode, I know it's going to be killer. I think if I had to pick anyone who I know is going to be in the finale, it's going to be him. He's, like I said, he's a fan favorite. Everybody loves him. He's definitely the front runner, and his tone is just so unique, and he has such a nice rasp, and the power that he has in his voice is just insane. He can go from, he just explodes sometimes, and it's just like it takes you back. You're like, whoa, what? Because it's just insane. And like I said, he's gonna be in the finale no matter what. I don't see a world right now where he's not in the finale. He can literally sing anything and it will be good. So yeah. So my fourth spot is going to go to Francisco Martin. So he's been one of my favorites all season long. My favorite performance of him has been the Top 40 Hawaii week. That's when you see him step out of his shell officially. And these last two performances, in my opinion, have not been his strongest. I liked his performance a lot last week. I liked it better than Teenage Dream, but I still want to have that wow moment with Francisco. He has enough fans to where he will continue on to the top 7, but I want a star moment from him that I don't think I've seen just yet, and I really hope that he comes out of his shell even more and just has a breakthrough performance in this next episode. I think that will definitely push him through to the top 5. Because right now, I think that if he has another average performance, he'll be on the verge of making the top 5 when he should be top 2, top 3 in the whole show. So yeah. So my 5th position is gonna go to Jess Sam. She kills every song she sings. I love how emotional she is when she sings. She's picking such great song choices for her voice, and she deserves everything that's happening to her, from where she comes from, singing on the subway, having to live with her grandma, having to take care of her grandma, just everything. And she's smart too. Like, I'm not sure if anyone caught on to this, but she's told us that she was in California, like whenever production stopped and they all had to go back to their own houses, she decided to stay in California instead of risking going back to New York and then risking getting their grandma sick, or her grandma sick. She chose to stay in California at a hotel for the time being, so she wouldn't get her grandma sick. And I love that she was selfless there. And even though she may want to see her grandma, she knows that it's best for right now for her to stay in California and not risk getting her sick. So I really like that, and she has a really, really nice voice, and it's versatile, and it's rangy, and I feel like she can sing a lot of different genres, and like the Spanish, like I kind of want to hear her sing in Spanish a little bit again, because that was honestly one of my favorite performances from her all season, was when she sang in Spanish in the top 40. That was just killer. It surprised me. That was a great risk move. It was a risky move, but it paid off a lot, and I think she's one of the favorites this year, and I definitely don't see her not making the top 7. Like, she's just too talented and too much of a star to not be in the top 7. So my 6th position is Sophia James, and this one is more of a me thing than it is maybe America thing. I think she's very underrated, and I think she had, in my opinion, a top 3 performance of the night last week. And she stunned. She really surprised me, and she has such a nice tone. And I'm not sure if you guys watch The Voice or not, but her voice reminds me of Allegra from this season, and they have similar tones. And Allegra's a fan favorite. Well, Sophia James has a similar tone, yet she's not as fan favored in this on American Idol for some reason, and I don't understand why. 'Cause she's one of my favorites. I love her tone. I love her voice, her range, the emotion she puts into a song. I love how she has such a good relationship with her brother who has a disability, and she just seems like such a nice person, and such a sweet person, and someone that I would love to be around. And yeah, I really hope that she makes the top 7. I think she really deserves it, and it'll be interesting to me to see if she does that, because I think out of the top 7 predictions, she's the one I'm not sure about the most, because I'm not sure how America's gonna feel about her. I'm not sure if she's gonna get more votes than other people or not. So that's why. But I like her because of her tone, just how unique her tone is. That's why I have her in my top 6 or top 7. So then the last spot in my top 7, I have Louis Knight, and Louis Knight seems to be in everyone's top 5 predictions, much less top 7. He is a heartthrob, hot guy vote, and he can sing. He has such a nice desperation in his voice when he like that tone he has, and when he gets up into that raspier area of his voice, you can tell that what he's singing, and he's has so much emotion, and he's connecting with the audience. And I think that's a big reason why he has a decent chance to move on this episode, because of how much emotion he puts into his songs and how much people connect with him. And I love his tone. I love his voice. I love how much, like I said, desperation he sings with, and you can tell he was made to sing. He seems so happy when he's singing, and he has such a great stage presence. Like I love everything about Louis, and I really want to see him in the top 7. So yeah. So now. So obviously that means that I have Dylan James, Grace Lear, Makayla Phillips, and Joven Webb that I do not have in my top 7. So I'm just gonna go through each one and say, if I think they have a shot or not. So Joven Webb, he would take my last spot in the top 11. He was the most surprising, in my opinion, the people who made it. I was actually really surprised. In my top 20 predictions, he was like 15 out of 20 in the power rankings, and I was very surprised that he made it through. I didn't realize he had as many fans as he did, and I feel like him and Franklin were kind of in that similar kind of zone in a way. Not necessarily voice-wise, but like body, facial structure, and the way they sing is just really unique. And like if you heard it on the radio, you'd immediately know who it is. And I feel like people like Joven a little more than Franklin. I'm kind of surprised about, but I don't see Joven making it through to the next round. He picked a song choice that I'm not sure a lot of people knew going into. Like I didn't know that song, and I feel like there's more popular people on the show this season, and that's why I do not have him in my top 7. So I do not expect him to make the top 7 come this Sunday. And then I have Makayla Phillips. She will be taking my 10th place, and I was kind of risky. It was kind of risky for me putting her here, because if you think about it, she got saved by the judges. But the only reason why she had to was because you had Sanaya, Lauren, Olivia. You had all these powerhouse pop singers that were taking votes, that were like separating the votes. Like all these pop artists weren't getting all the pop genre votes. And so now that Makayla's pretty much by herself, now that Sanaya, Lauren, and Olivia are all gone, and many more, you're going to have a bigger, and Kimmy, you're going to have a bigger lane for her to get more votes. But I'm not sure if that song selection from last week is going to get her in. But if she does make it, I wouldn't be surprised, because she's going to get all that pop fan votes, because of the genre is now only her. She's the only person singing, she's the only girl singing pure pop left. And I think that's why I could see her making the top 7, because she's going to get all those votes from people who were only voting for Sanaya, who may be voting for Sanaya, or maybe Lauren, maybe Kimmy here, maybe Olivia. They're all going to move their votes to Makayla because she's a pop singer also, and that's what they like. But yeah, so then I have Grace Lear at my 9th position, and she's another one that I was surprised that made the top 10, but at the same time I wasn't surprised, because she's country, but I didn't think she had that good of a performance in the top 20, but she is country, and there's been at least a country girl in these past 2 seasons that have made it farther than maybe they should have. You had Gabby Barrett, who placed 3rd, then you had Lacey K. Booth, who I think placed 4th or 5th, I forget. And then I feel like Grace Lear is going to be that country person who goes farther than she should, and that's why I think she has a decent chance to make the top 7. But I think there's better people on the show right now than her. I feel like she's just too dramatic for me when she sings. Like Over the Rainbow, she was over dramatic with it, and I didn't like it. And I think she was just over singing, and I don't like when people do that. And I think she was maybe trying to show off, and I don't think she did that for me, and that's why I would not have her making my top 7. So yeah, now the hardest decision, in my opinion, is Dylan James. So Dylan James, he sang Yesterday by the Beatles, and it was an average performance. It was a great performance, but there wasn't anything risky about it. He stayed in his zone. It was a really nice performance. Like in my opinion, it was one of my favorite performances. But the judges were very critical of it, and I'm not sure how many people like Dylan and how many people are gonna vote for him after him just singing like a straight cover. I didn't hear anything different besides just the tone of his voice from the original, and I feel like that Sophia, Louis, and Dylan, two of those three are going to make the top 7, and one of them is going to get robbed, in my opinion, and people are going to be upset about it. But this is a really, really talented season. There's only one winner, but I feel like you have Johnny West, Julia, Arthur, Francisco, and Jess Sam. I think those 5 are in the clear for the top 7, but then you have these last 2 spots that I think are more difficult to pick, and I think that it's going to come down to Sophia, Louis, and Dylan for those last 3 spots. So this next episode is going to be, I think, a Disney night and a Mother's Day tribute night. So I think you're going to have the top 7 get picked like last week. They're all going to sing a Disney song. And then after they all sing, and after we know the top 7, then they'll all sing again, and it'll be like, and then they'll sing their Mother's Day tribute songs. I think that's how it's going to work. They're going to sing 2 songs, and then the voting will go down from 7 to 5, which is not as big of a cut as 10 to 7 or 20 to 11, but it's still going to suck to say goodbye to two more artists. But I can't wait to watch. I do not have to work, so I'll be reacting to as many of the videos I can. I'll be reacting to some of the more popular people, and I'll be back with you guys Sunday night for more videos. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate it, and please subscribe down below if you want to see more. Thank you.